Lori Curtis Dunbar here, back at Painted Studio. As you can see, my little sweetheart Remy, you flipped your ear over, is here in the studio with me today. He had to come up for a little love and to say hi to everybody. You want to say hi? Can you say hi, my little sweet pea? No, you just want to sit on my lap, and that's not going to work because we have things to do today. Hey, baby. Okay, you gotta get down. Why don't you go over in your bed? Go over in your bed, you silly little old man. Oh, good boy. He's such a good boy. All right. So give me a second. Let me get my business page up here on my iPad just in case I can't see what's going on my phone, because that happens on a regular basis. Oh, the switching around, the loading, the everything. It takes a minute. All right, hopefully that'll show up so that I can open this up, and there we go. All right, so here we are back in the studio. All right, so I was trying something last week, and I'm not sure it's going to work, but we're going to try it a different way today, so maybe it will. So my idea was to foil the outside of ornaments and then to put foil adhesive on the inside so that after I let it drain out and clear, I could put glitter on there and it would look cool from both sides. Well, I did these a week ago. As you can see, the foil adhesive hasn't turned clear. It's still opaque. Now, obviously part of it is because it's really thick on the stems and hasn't cured, but my other thought is that because they're upside down, you can see they're upside down sitting on these posts, they may not have, they may not be allowed to get the air out, get the moisture out completely. I almost think that being upside down is trapping the moisture in. Now, I can't guarantee that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna test this by grabbing another small ornament. Hang on, I got piles of ornaments everywhere. If I can just find them all. And I get these at Michael's, and because I'm 60 years old, I'm able to get a senior discount. Now you can do these with either plastic or glass, but because I'm doing other things with glass ornaments, all the ornaments I'm using are glass. This is glass. So, but you do not have to use glass. You can use the plastic ones as well. So if you're worried about breaking stuff and that's a concern of yours, glass is not necessary for this. All right, let's see. I've put everything all over the place. You think I could find it? No, I can't. So initially what you want to do is clean them. Let me grab, here's my paper towel. I'm going to just use some, that's not what I'm going to use. I'm going to use some glass cleaner just because that's what I happen to have right near me instead of alcohol, because my alcohol has been moved because we were going to go do stuff in the video studio and that got changed around. So yeah, everything's been a little chaotic. Now, I clean the outside, but that's not critical for right now. So I've taken the little cap off, and if you know these ornaments, you all got Christmas ornaments. You take it, when it's ready, you pinch the thing, you shove it back in. There's your ornament to get it off. You just pop it out like that. So the first thing I'm going to do is go grab my foil adhesive, which is suddenly not here, but I have another container. I know why. Again, it was all packed up to go to the video studio. Hang on a second. I wonder why I can't find things. This is why. Because if I pack things together to go to a video studio, there. Sorry about that. Hopefully, I put on Do Not Disturb and I still get calls. All right, so this is my, normally you see the small cup. This is why I have small cups, because I have the gallon jug. I don't need a gallon on a regular basis. I just need it because I use a lot of foil adhesive, so I tend to pour things into smaller containers. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do, and let's see if I can do it from this container because this is big. I'm going to put foil adhesive, well, let me angle this down so you can actually see what I'm doing. I am not well organized today, as you might have figured out. All right, so I'm going to take my big jug. If you aren't okay doing this, grab a funnel. You don't have to do it this way just because I did. All right, let's move that. And of course I got stuff on the outside, so I'm wiping that off for now. And what you're gonna do is take it and swirl it around until it completely coats the inside of the ornament. I need a little more. I usually pour in way more than I need because it's going to drain out and then I can just put it back into the container. So I am literally going to swirl, swirl, swirl. All right, let me go back because I might have frozen myself. Am I still live? I can't tell. Let's go. Let's face it. Phone calls make a mess of our transmissions, so I'm using my phone. Okay, I'm fine. It just looked like I wasn't. All right, so I'm just swirling the foil adhesive into the ornament and making sure it's covering the entire surface because I kind of missed some right there. But this is just playing with it, and you're just going to adjust, adjust, adjust until all of the spots are covered. All that, see, there's still uncoated glass there. I just want to get all of that covered. And it's almost done. It just takes a second. I could have put like 5 times more in here and then just poured it out. So now I'm taking this and I'm putting in one of my plastic shot glasses and setting it here to drain. And then what I'm going to do is once it's completely drained out, I'm going to turn it right side up again and I'm going to see if that allows it to clear. Now this is an idea. You're watching me test this. I have no idea if this is going to work because I thought this usually dries clear and I'm so smart, it should dry just fine, and clearly these didn't. So I'm hoping that once I take them off of here and turn them right side up, they will clear. We'll find out. So these already have adhesive on the outside as well. So the first thing I have to do is foil the outside of each of these because otherwise I can't touch them. They're sticky, sticky, sticky. So we're going to take a couple of our different foils that are translucent or transparent. This one is Portia Gold. And I'm going to foil each one of these ornaments in a transparent or translucent foil and then fill them with different colored glitters. And hopefully, once I turn them right side up and let them dry a few days, my genius idea will actually prove to be genius and not as dumb as I thought it was, or I thought I was being. I won't know. You know, some of this is trial and error, and I trial and error a lot of things so that you don't have to. Now, even though it's transparent foil, you can see it's got a slightly yellowish cast to it because this is the Portia Gold. The opposite side of it, you will see, looks silvery. So I won't have any trouble figuring out which side goes to the adhesive and which side doesn't. So I'm going to take the first of my ornaments, and it's even stuck to my skewer. So really, it's well and truly adhesive. This is like gooey stuff coming out. My skewer is sticky as all daylights. Ugh. I thought I was being so smart. We'll see. We'll see just how smart I am. So this is one of these oval disc shapes. You can see the shape, but it's, I shouldn't say oval, it's a round disc. And again, these come in plastic as well as glass, but because I was doing stuff with that I needed glass for, were all my ornaments that are like this, all my bulb ornaments are made out of glass this year. You can do it on the plastic ones. And I have to laugh today. I went to Michael's because, you know, I kind of screwed up with it. I don't know if I screwed up with this, but I don't want to be short on ornaments as I go because I'm giving them as gifts and stuff to people. So I needed to make sure that I had enough that I could do them all right. And I had some rewards at Michael's that I'd been ignoring, but they were sending me emails, oh, your rewards are going to expire. Plus, they start giving senior discounts out when you're like 55. One of the ladies behind the counter, she said, if you're over 50, we'll give it to you. So I bought plenty of stuff, and I thought I owed them money. No, between my rewards and my senior discount, my whole order cost me nothing. Okay, so here it is coming off. Now, I got to get in here, get a few spots. This is not always easy to do because, you know, this is a really distinctly patterned foil. And so I want to make sure that you can at least see some of the pattern. And you can see I'm using the scrub brush, I'm using my hands, I'm using anything I can get my hands on to get this to work. And it is coming off no problem, but because it's a weird shape, you're going to have some spots where the release is a little odd. You'll probably have a seam on the side, and you're going to have some crinkle spots. Usually all that stuff I take and I just roll them in glitter. Oh yeah, that's coming off really nicely. So by funny spots, I mean, if you can see along here, there's a side seam right there. I didn't get all of the top yet. There's a big glob of dried foil adhesive right there. So that took some foil. All right, I'm gonna come in here with my hands and see if I can get some more release on here. And I'm doing it on the wrong side. No wonder it's not coming off. Oh, just as I think I know what I'm doing, I prove on camera that I don't. That took care of that. I still need to get up around the neck a little bit. Really should be using the scrubber, it helps. And you can use a little toothbrush if you need to. Now, the places where nothing sticks, that's where I missed with the foil adhesive. Like right here, I didn't get any foil adhesive. And I didn't think it was gonna matter because I thought it was gonna cure up clear, but it hasn't. So hopefully, if I turn them upright and let them dry, and get some air in it that way, let the moisture evaporate out the top, that will make these clear. I'm only doing one new one to test that. I'm gonna let that ball drip dry in this little cup, this little globe, until I finish foiling all of these. Then I'm gonna set it, turn it right side up and let it evaporate with the top open, so it's not, think of it, it's like, you know, moisture wants to rise. Well, if I've had these upside down like this for a week, the moisture has no place to go but down out this way, and that's not really how evaporation works. Evaporation likes to be free-flowing, and down is the hardest way to get something to evaporate. Up is better. So I'm hoping that, and I keep pulling the globs off from around the neck. It is what it is with that. It just wants to stick to my hand. It doesn't want to stick to anything else. So now I've got this all foiled. I'm going to try to get any surface that I missed. And if it stays like this, this isn't bad. It's not what I was aiming for, but this isn't bad. And if I have spots that I need to touch up, I can come back in with a little more foil adhesive and do that. So let me get all of these foiled, and then I'm going to show you how I want to try to resolve the interior issue. So we have another, let me get the foil first, because I keep forgetting they're all foiled up on the inside. And I judge them. Okay, this one is our Portia in silver. Am I right? This is Portia silver. Now, Portia silver looks the same on both sides, so this is great for doing something if you need it to be seen through glass, need it to be transparent, because it looks the same both ways. And as usual, as I have a roll here, I take tape and put on the side, because this one I'll never be able to tell if I flip it. I put a little piece of tape on the side that does not go to the adhesive. And so I'm going to trim this off. Okay. There's the piece. Let me tape the roll back up. And I'm going to turn it this way, since I now know which side the adhesive goes to, and I won't be able to forget. Yeah, my skewers, you can see I got adhesive dripping down the skewers. I am just a freaking genius. I thought this was such a great idea, but it did not turn out quite the way I expected. So here we go. We've got that all rolled up into the foil. I got to pull this out. I don't know if I'll ever be able to use those skewers again. I thought I had this figured out. I thought I was good. So hopefully, by turning them right side up instead of leaning them upside down, they will eventually turn clear. Let's hope. But I'll find out. Because if this other ornament doesn't turn clear by tomorrow, then clearly doing this kind of coating this way on the inside of glass is not going to work. It will have to be brushed on much, much thinner, and I'm not brushing the inside of these little bulbs. I am not that crazy. I don't have brushes that bend that way. My fingers don't brush that way. All right, so I've got this on here. I'm just working it with my hands as well as having scrubbed it with the little brush. I just want to massage this so that when I start to peel it back, it breaks really well. Because most of these transparent foils will over-release a little bit, but you sort of have to get that first start of the release to break, because it just, I'm trying to think of how to explain it. It's like peeling the backing off a Band-Aid, and once you get it going, it's fine. But if it doesn't come off right, then nothing wants to come off. I don't think Band-Aid was a good analogy. There's something else that I can think of as an analogy, but I'll have to work on it. Come on. Come on. Let's go. There we go. There we go. Starting to release nicely. Oh. It's just that it sort of needs to be broken a little bit. The foil, unlike some of the other foils that we carry, which are they almost have separate particles. This is like a solid sheet of something on the backing film, and it really just has to be kind of broken to get that first release coming for it to work properly. And I think anybody who's ever worked with these will understand what I'm saying, but until you tried them, like right now, right there, it doesn't want to let go because I haven't gotten that broken there yet. Now, right here, it's going just fine. So far. I say that as a true caution also because I have a lot of globs of foil adhesive coming off from inside the ball, from where I let it drain. Come on, come off my finger. And this shape can be a little tougher too, just because you wad stuff up on it. All right, come on. You're gonna break there, I know you are. gonna get you. I promise I am. There we go. And this is what I mean by over release. You can see that's a little bit of the film all there. That's why it also sort of has to get, the foil has to sort of fracture a little bit to get it to release properly. It's only an issue with these transparent ones because it's not just the pattern that's on here. There is a clear film too. And that clear film, for whatever reason, just needs a little extra kick in the butt to get it to let go. So, you know, there we go. I'm not even sure I was trying that on the right side because I pulled the tape. Let me feel stuff and see which way. I pulled the piece of tape off of here because I thought I was fine. Now, I don't know what I'm doing. I am making a mess of stuff today. So I'm burnishing my tape on. Nope, that didn't do it. So let's come back over on this side. Take my tape, give it a little scrub here, see if that side releases. Yeah, this is the side that goes to the adhesive. Thank goodness for that trick too, because, you know, when I make a mistake and I can't figure out what stuff is, I have to find some way. Let's see if I can get this piece of tape just to stick on there for now. All right. And let's see if there's any sticky spots. Little sticky spot right over here. Okay. All right, so that's all. There's a sticky spot there. That's the tape side. That. Again, I'll just come back in and patch like I'm doing. Any sticky spots? Okay, so that all came off, and that, excuse me. Again, if this does not clear, that's still pretty on there. So we're gonna set that there. All right, this ornament has had all the foil adhesive drained out of it. I'm not worrying about this much right now. If it was normal, if on a normal day, I would pour this back into the container. We're just doing this one. And I'm gonna let it dry like this. I'm gonna let it see if the moisture coming up that way will allow it to turn clear, because the way I did it before obviously did not let them turn clear, although they might turn clear later. And I'm going to wipe out, excuse me, I swallowed funny. I want to wipe out any of the extra that's right in here, just because it will kind of glob up at the top and then it will want to roll back down. So I will know tomorrow morning if that worked okay. I'm guessing right now. There's the extra foil down there. And on our last one, we're going to use, this is called Presley. It looks like Portia, but black. And I thought this would be a nice high drama look. Now again, this is one of the foils that looks the same back, although it's duller than this side, but I will still take a piece of tape and put it on here, because when I get doing stuff and get distracted, I'm not always paying attention. So I'll take a little piece of blue tape, and this time I'm gonna be smart and stick it up in the corner. Now again, this one has sort of a black film, just like the Presley, the Portia Gold had a golden film on it in between the pattern. This one will have a black one, or a sheer black one, I should say. All right, I have one more bulb. This is a bigger one of the glass balls. I'm gonna stick it down here. Maybe if I go a little slower pulling this up, I might, well, it's not going to help it from sticking to my fingers, but it will maybe fold up onto the ornament a little nicer. Okay, let's get this out. Yeah, these like stuck to the neck of the ornament. And again, I have a big wad of dried up foil adhesive on my fingers. So we're going to give this a scrub. I haven't used the Presley in a while, so I'm kind of happy to have a reason to pull it out. But you could use these on plates and then put gold or silver, the harvest gold or the silver linings, the double-sided metallic foil behind them on the back of a plate like we did all those other plates, and boy would this make for a very rich, elegant pattern. All right, let's get all of this sort of massaged on. Get my fingers in here, see if we're getting some releasing happening. I'm trying to minimize the mess that I'm making, but we all know I make messes. So, all right, so that is releasing, and that's actually releasing really quite easily, surprisingly. So, but because of the crinkles, you know, I have to come back in and touch up spots. But that one's releasing really, really nicely. But I missed some interesting spots on here. Oh my gosh. All right, well, again, these are my testers. So if one goes badly, I might just put foil adhesive over the whole thing and pretend that I didn't do this. Do a solid adhesive. This may not have been my best choice because I have a feeling this is probably not going to release give me the best looking release that I was hoping for. Oh, good grief. Yeah, I clearly missed some spots with the foil adhesive on this one. This is what happens when I do things at the very end of the day when I'm tired. This is the kind of stuff I should be doing first thing in the morning. Make sure I'm paying attention to what I'm doing. Now my other solution to this, instead of trying to catch the foil and match it up, I can come and touch those blank spots up with foil adhesive and roll it in glitter. And I've done that a lot, but you can see on here that there are spots that I very clearly missed. I don't know how I missed so much of this ornament and got all the other ones fine. I have no idea how I did that. It's like I put it on so thin in a few spots that I didn't put on enough, which is hard to do, quite frankly. It's very hard not to put on enough foil adhesive because it wants to grab everywhere and be part of everything. All right, yep, see I missed there. I missed here. I missed this entire band here. I did not miss up around the neck. It just didn't get any applied there, any foil applied there. And this one is a super easy release. I don't know why it's different from the others, but it is. The other transparent foils need a little coaxing. This one coming off like a dream. So maybe this might be better on a flatter ornament. All right, we got a little. I'm trying to match patterns just a little bit so that when I touch up areas, they work a little better. There we go. Okay, so we're just going to call that mostly foiled, and I'll play with this later to try to make it look a little better. But I don't think what I thought was going to be a great idea. I don't really. While I love that foil, I'm not loving that on this kind of a surface. It's too broken. It's too easy to show spots that I didn't get foil on. It's too high a contrast for this. I think that's really what I'm trying to say there. I'm feeling sticky spots as I'm touching it, so I'm just, I think I would have been happier with something more, either sheerer, not black and white, or with a solid color. I think I would have been happier. Because again, this is such a distinct pattern that when it's contrasting like this, it's really, really obvious. And you can see that there is foil adhesive, again, in the neck. It's coming off on my fingers. Ugh. I won't even tell you what this reminds me of. But just remember, I have a son, and sons do gross things. Ugh. He used to be little. He's not little now. Okay, so we're going to do some, what I was initially going to do is I'm going to put glitter in here. So I'm hoping that if I put the glitter in and then leave it to dry upright, I might get some better results than it might eventually dry clear. So the first thing I'm going to do, actually, I think I'm going to do this with something to scoop it in there. So let me go grab a tool here. And if you don't, obviously, I'm going to use something I have here in the studio. This is actually one of these decorating spoons. I got them on Amazon, but you can use a funnel. I just don't, believe it or not, of all the stuff I have down here, I don't happen to have a funnel, but I knew I had this. So I'm going to scoop a couple of spoonfuls of glitter in here. And because I know the surface, at least, is very, very dry, I don't have to worry about doing anything other than shaking this up, getting it to coat the inside, and then dumping it back in the jar. Now, I don't know if this will clear and if I will then see the glitter through here. That was the original plan. And if you look in there, you can see there's lots of glitter in there. And my idea was that where the white patches are showing, you'll see the glitter. I don't know that that's going to happen. We're going to just wait and see. Now I'm using glitter that will contrast a little bit with each one of these ornaments, just so you can see it better. And God knows I need to see it better. So this is Artsyville gunmetal glitter. Now I don't happen to carry this, but I have a jar of it. And if you like this beautiful dark gray glitter, let me know. I'll bring it in. I have tons of glitter already, but these were the first three that I grabbed that would work in contrast with what I've already got going on. All right, there's that. Put that in. Okay, so let's shake that up in here. Pour it back in. Now the other thing that I do, instead of top coating these, and since this is a little thing, I can do this, I roll the ornaments in the glitter itself. Oh, it's gonna be a glitter nightmare in here today. I just cleaned up all the glitter mess. Dust this back off. And what this does is the glitter literally sticks to any exposed adhesive, and it's so pretty to do it this way. And it's kind of like how we do the Easter eggs, only I put glitter on the inside that I hope will show up eventually. Okay. And again, take that, knock it out. I will do the same thing on the big disc with the gold, the silver glitter. I just want to get, I'm going to be making a heck of a mess either way, but see how pretty that looks with all the extra glitter on it. Now I'm hoping that the glitter inside will eventually show. We'll see, but I'm trying to rescue these and make them
at least something I'm okay with, because, you know, I'm not happy with the fact that they didn't turn clear, and really that was something I didn't expect, but we're going to see if they do now that they're allowed to sit with the opening up. All right, here's our last one, and we're going to put some gold glitter. This is not one of what we carry, it's just one I had on the shelf. Somebody gave it to me. It's a nice gold, but I like our soft gold better. But soft gold is with the other containers of foil adhesive and stuff in the stuff that was put out to go to the video studio, and it's not available to me right now. Okay, so we put a couple scoops of the gold in here. I'm gonna put my thumb over here, give it a little shaky shake. Okay, pour it back in. All right, and then I'm just gonna sprinkle glitter on here and see what it does. Now this gold may obliterate this a little bit, just because that's what it might do. I don't know if I'm going to be happy. This may be the one ornament that I can't make work for anything. I felt like the other two, I think I can make work. This one may just have been a disaster in the off-putting. All right. Yeah, because see that gold, that glitter is basically covering everything, and I'm not loving that either. Even if I come back in here and, you know, I can knock some of it off a little bit with the brush, and that gets better. Like I said, I make mistakes so you don't have to. Again, this one is just going to be my nemesis. I may have to just start this whole idea over again. Take my board and wash it off in the sink. And for those of you who've ever been in one of my classes, especially one that I've taught with Martin Hirsch, you will know that he tells stories of doing that to students because something went really wrong, telling them to go take their boards, put it in the sink, and just wash it off, and we'll start again. He doesn't mean it unkindly, neither do I, but I have actually done that. I have actually taken my board to the sink, washed it off, because it was just a disaster. And I have a feeling this one might be that board for me. All right, let me come over here. Let's put that. Like I said, that's not one of Jennifer's glitters, so I don't remember where it came from, so it even adhered differently. So that's weird. It almost wanted to put like a solid coating on it, which I've never had happen. I don't use that glitter often, and now I know why. Okay, let me see if I can get my hands clean so that I can grab this silver. And yeah, we're gonna try doing this silver just like this. The gold ornament that I had the silver in, and let's see if I can just kind of, and then brush it off. I truly like rolling it in better rather than doing it like this. Yeah, that one worked. That worked pretty well because you can still see the pattern. It's just a little extra sparkly, and what that does is that grabs onto any place where the foil is broken and stops it from being sticky. Yes, this makes a mess. Be prepared for that. This is why I have paper everywhere all the time. It's also why when my son stands next to me in the kitchen on a random Saturday morning or after I've been gardening and sees glitter in my hair, because I can't seem to get away from it. Now these two, I think these are going to be fine even if they don't turn clear. That one with the black Presley foil, that may not be the one I'm happy with. But I like these two, even if they don't turn clear, and I don't see any glitter through here, I'm okay with these. These are gonna be fine. This one, I'm gonna have to hope that they turn clear. It turns clear so that there's something salvageable out of that, because I'm not loving that. I may have to repaint it. All right, everybody, that is, and as you can see, this one is curing with the opening towards the top. We'll see if that makes a difference. Who knows? I may have to give up that idea of putting the glitter on the inside, at least with foil adhesive. I might try it with our Roberson's, and here's another thought. Roberson's gold leaf size. Let me put one more ornament and let that one set up and dry too. And we'll see what works. Because I'm determined to make this work the way I want it to work. Now, gold leaf size, I was almost done. You were almost done with me. You were almost free. So gold leaf size is a much finer level of tack. It's nowhere near as sticky at all by any means whatsoever. And as you can see, it's much thinner. It's a little like milk. So I'm just going to take this, and you can see how easily it's flowing around the ornament. Now, I'm not saying you have to go out and buy 2 different kinds of adhesives, but this is not sticky enough to put foil on with. It's too gentle in adhesion. It's perfect for gold, which requires a lower level of tack. As a matter of fact, you don't want it to be super sticky because then you don't get the same shine from it. But this, oops, I just poured it everywhere. This should work really okay here. And I know it will turn clear because it's so thin. As long as I turn it right side up, and of course clean up my mess. Now I am down to the very last of this bottle, and I poured what was in here in the bottle into the ornament, and then dumped half of it back. All right, I'm just gonna make sure that I let this sit upside down for a few minutes. Now this will come to tack in 20 minutes, no problem, but I want to let that drain out a little bit first. And I'm going to need a new bottle of this. And you can see how well loved my Roberson's acrylic gold leaf size is. Now we do sell this. If this is successful and you want to try it this way, we do sell very, very small bottles of this. We sell bottles that are about 2 ounces. So you don't have to buy a lot of it. Whereas most manufacturers sell big. And I don't recommend Mona Lisa gold leaf adhesive that you can get in the stores at like Michael's. That still dries thicker and stickier than you want it. This is a beautiful product, and I think this should work. I'm just letting the stuff, I'm so sticky. I've got so much sticky stuff on me. So this should work because the coating on here is so thin. I just want to give it a minute or so to let it dry. Now we have gotten some successes, even if it's not what I was hoping it would be. If you want to do a translucent foil and you want a metallic background on it, you don't have to paint the outside of this. You can pour the paint inside, swirl it around, let it dry, like all the extra paint flow out, and then do transparent foils right over that. Because especially on something like glass, putting a paint over glass and then putting foil adhesive and then foil, you're apt to rip it off on a super smooth, shiny surface like glass. But this way you could coat the inside with paint, let it dry, then come in and put foil adhesive on the outside, and then foil over that, and you can use your transparent foils that way. Again, I have lots and lots of ideas. I'll be doing them on and off throughout, from now through the holidays, because I'm giving these as gifts.
not this one. I like my friends and family too much to give them a bad one. Worse, if I can't salvage that one's going to go in the dud bin. But truly, I am working on all kinds of ways for us to make as much use of paints and foils and glitters and fun stuff as possible. Obviously, my first goal has been to try to find a way to glitter the insides of stuff. Am I successful right now? Who knows? We're going to find out. All right, I am going to say that's it for today. I hope you all have a great weekend, and I will see you again, hopefully, on Monday. Bye-bye, everyone. Thanks for being with me.